Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about the Warden Furies event. So this is the patch preview, and there is a lot to cover. This is the first time that I actually needed to write notes. As you can see here, I have multiple pages. I actually have 4 pages of notes because there's just so much stuff to cover. First of all, I'd like to thank Lunith22 for the post on Reddit. I will be using yours as an outline, but anyway, let's jump right into it. So first of all, Warden is coming out, which is the warrior class, so you can either go lightning spec or ice spec. If you want to look for first impressions video, I do have a ice spec first impressions video. Basically, if you have low ping, go lightning. It's much better for PvE content. However, if you're doing PvP or if you have high ping, going the ice spec will be more favorable. Ice is designed for PvP and it is also more ping friendly. Sorry for the camera change, I just needed to add something in that I forgot to talk about when I did my first recording. There's a new dungeon being released, the Shadowmoor, which will drop a new ring, which is the Myth Ring or the Wraithbringer Ring. So basically the Myth Ring is for PvE and the Wraithbringer Ring is for PvP. Also from the dungeon, from Shadowmoor, is the Horizon Belt. So basically the Horizon Belt is the PvE version of the Skybreaker Belt. So if you already have a Skybreaker belt, don't worry, you can switch it over from your stage 10 directly to a stage 10 Horizon belt. However, you will need to get the belt from the Shadowmoor dungeon, so that's not too bad. However, if you're planning to get the Horizon belt and just level it up normally, the costs are going to be right here. So as you can see, it is 5 PTSs, 13 silver scales, 975 soulstone crystals, 285 moonstone crystals, 590 sacred crystals, 180 Elysians, and 400 gold. It will cost 280 gold if you are premium. Over here you can also see the Storm Dragon / Exaltant weapons are also available, as you can see the picture here. And you can see the cost here is 90 transformation stones, 75 elements, 192 sea glass, 114 blood pearls, 1,290 soulstone crystals, 360 moonstone crystals, 900 sacred crystals, and 225 Elysian crystals, as well as 375 gold if you are non-premium. However, if you are premium, it is 262 gold and 50 silver. However, you will need the weapons from the following dungeons: Ransack Treasury, Sandstorm Temple, and Shadowmoor. So regarding Shadowmoor, I will not be releasing a guide early. I will be releasing a guide after the dungeon comes out and will be using footage on the NA server. And unfortunately, Lucid is not going to be making a guide as he has other commitments in real life and he's busy. So unfortunately, there will be no video guide. However, I have linked in the description below a written guide which you guys can check out in case you're interested in knowing the mechanics for the dungeon. So next up is the event. We have Way of the Warrior and the Juggernaut's Jackpot event, which will start from September 12th until October 17th. And so during this event, you will get these tokens, so these upgrade emblems. And basically, you're going to need to collect a bunch of these upgrade emblems because you can use them to exchange for a lot of goodies. So again, if you've been here before for the Fleeting Soul event or the Pet Aura event, that is basically coming back in this event. They've changed it so that it's no matter what, you can't fail. So the upgrades isn't RNG like the Fleeting Soul event, so don't worry about it. They're all going to be like the Pet Aura event. It's guaranteed. So just, you'll be fine there, so don't worry about it. You will need a total of 95 emblems to get a permanent awakened soul, and you need 55 emblems to get the permanent awakened pet aura. So yes, you can get both throughout this event, so don't worry about it. So how are you going to get these emblems? There are multiple ways to get the emblem. So first of all, just by completing your daily challenge, there's this new chest. It's called the Fighter's Fortune chest. I'm going to pull it up right here so you can see what items that drop. And you get 2 upgrade emblems from that. So you can get 2 every day by completing your daily challenge. Other than that, you can also buy 1 extra emblem from F10. So every day when you log in, just hop into F10, go into the Home Moon coin tab, and then it will be right there. It will be, you can purchase 1 upgrade emblem for 0 N coin or 0 Home Moon coin. It's free. So that way you have 3 emblems from that. And then other than that, there are 2 more dungeons every day where you can get more tokens. So I'm going to switch my camera over so that you guys can see the exact dungeons. By completing the following dungeons daily quests and on their corresponding days will also grant you on one additional upgrade emblem. So that will be on Mondays, you want to do Desolate Tomb and Irontech Forge. On Tuesdays, you want to do Ebondrake Citadel and Naru Sanctum. Wednesdays, Naru Foundry, Ebondrake Lair. Tuesdays, Naru Sanctum, Desolate Tomb. Fridays, Starstone Mines, Ebondrake Citadel. Saturdays, you want to do Irontech Forge and Naru Foundry. And finally, on Sundays, you want to do Ebondrake Lair and Starstone Mines. So by doing these dungeons every day, you get an additional 2 tokens. So you're essentially going to get 2 tokens from your daily. You're going to get 2 additional tokens by doing the 2 dungeons here, depending on what day it is. You're going to get 1 token from buying the free token from the store every day. And then you get 1 more token by doing cold storage. So you should be getting 6 tokens every day just by doing this. And then obviously you can get an additional 8 tokens every week by doing your weeklies. So that would be DKV, FAS, and Snow Jade Fortress. So I'll scroll down here so you guys can see it. So it says right here, completing the dynamic dungeon and raid quests below will also reward you with upgrade emblems. So that is cold storage, that's additional 1, DKV, it will give you 2, FAS gives you 3, and Snow Jade Fortress gives you additional 3. So that is very good news for everyone. You know, we're going to be able to get our upgrade emblems relatively easily, and thus you can save it up and get your soul or get your pet aura or get your sacred oils, whatever you need. But let's say that you're starting a new character because the Warden class comes out and Warden's going to be your new main. So don't worry, they have you covered over here. So by completing Act 5 Chapter 11, you'll get 15 tokens. By completing Act 6 Chapter 11, you get 5 tokens, and by completing Act 7 Chapter 13, you get an additional 5. So total, you'll get 25 tokens over here. So as long as you finish it relatively fast, you know, the story doesn't take too long. But anyway, it shouldn't take too long for you to level up your character. But, you know, they're giving you an additional 25 emblems, which is very nice for just completing the story and leveling up to catch up, because you can't do the dailies right off the bat when you're level 1. So this is a nice compensation. So next up is going to be, what are you farming all these tokens for? You know, what can you get? So I'm going to be posting up a bunch of screenshots right now with all the items that you can get with these emblems. So the main items that you really want to be looking at for, especially if you're a fresh character or a new character, is you probably want to be looking at either the soul or the pet aura. But let's say you're like me and you already have the soul and you already have the pet aura. Or maybe you're only focusing on one character on the end game. Then I recommend everyone to just focus on sacred oils. By doing this event, by doing it every day, you'll be able to get 4 sacred oils relatively easily. So that's really good news, especially for people that are planning to level up their new gear. So there's a lot of new gear coming out. You know, we're getting a new stage of hearts, and that's going to cost oils as well. And you know, there's a lot of nice upgrades coming in that we're going to need a lot of materials for. However, let's say that, you know, you're new, you know, this is your first character. What do you do to get the best out of this event? Over here, I'm going to show you a Excel spreadsheet. So over here, I'd like to thank Yuchi for creating the spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet basically explains the total cost of upgrading your weapon all the way to Raven 9, the most cost efficient way. However, there is a small downside to this method. So let me explain the method first. So he's using 25 of his tokens in order to get the permanent fleeting Riftwalk or Dawnforge weapon chest. That will be from the event. So you can spend 5 of your tokens, of your emblems, to get a fleeting Riftwalk or Dawnforge weapon chest, stage 1. So this is a Dawnforge weapon or a Riftwalk weapon, depending on what you want for your class. However, it only lasts for the duration of the event. However, if you use 20 upgrade emblems and 15 gold, you can make it a permanent Dawnforge or Riftwalk stage 3 weapon. So just by completing the story with your fresh character, you get a total of 25 emblems. You can spend these 25 emblems on the weapon. So once you finish the story, you'll be able to have a relatively high level weapon, which will be a Dawnforge or a Riftwalk stage 3. So by having this weapon, every time you upgrade it, there is a chance to unlock an extra slot. So for example, if you get really unlucky and you get your Dawnforge Stage 3 weapon, right? The permanent version, but it only has 3 sockets. When you upgrade it to Stage 4, there's a possibility for it to become 4 sockets, and then so forth and so on until you upgrade it all the way to the max. However, this is purely RNG, so you might get screwed over really hard, or you might get very lucky and the moment you get your Dawnforge level 3 weapon, you have 6 sockets. So it's a very hit or miss method. However, through material wise, it is the most cost efficient method. So over here, he broke down all the numbers from, from level 3 to level 4, 4 to 5, blah de blah, all the way until Dawnforge or Riftwalk Stage 9. So you see over here, the total cost of Soulstone crystals will be 930, 270 Moonstone crystals, 660 Sacred crystals, 165 Elysians, 75 Legendary Elements, 90 Transformation Stones, 135 Void Fragments, 24 Aransu Orbs, and 350 gold. The main reason why this is cheaper than going the Raven path is because it doesn't cost premium transformation stones. So as you know from my previous video, premium transformation stones is an RNG. To craft it, it's purely RNG. You might craft it, you might fail it, and thus when premium transformation stones go on the market, they get sold at a premium because it's RNG to craft it. Thus the supply is low and the demand is high. So by using this method, by going all the way to Riftwalk or Dawnforge Stage 9, you skip the heavy cost of transformation stones. However, to get from Riftwalk / Dawnforge Stage 9 directly to Raven 9, you'll need 1 transformation stone, 15 Raven King souls, 1 sacred oil, and 100 gold. This does not include premium, so all of these costs are assuming that you are not premium. However, if you subscribe to the newsletter, by the moment on September 12th, you will have 1 week of premium. So you will have premium in order to use this method. So it will be slightly cheaper for the breakthrough, 30% cheaper to be exact. Let's say that this is not your first character. Maybe, you just want to gear up a alt really fast to Raven 9. If you were to buy everything on the market, it will cost you 5,000 to 6,000 gold. This is according to the EU market, and this is with the current prices plus 20% on all the items across the board. So this is not that bad in order to get your Raven 9 weapon for 5,000 to 6,000 gold, and this is on the EU market. The NA market is going to be cheaper. Materials are a lot cheaper on the NA server compared to the EU server. And because Trove is coming out, there will be an abundance of items. So a lot of items are going to be a lot cheaper to get. So just keep that in mind. And over here, he also did a really nice PS saying that if you were to farm all of these materials over here, all of these materials, it would take you about 20 to 22 days. If you just did your daily challenge and your weeklies on 2 characters, it would take you around 3 weeks, basically. So essentially, you can gear up your character, your alt, or your warden to Raven 9 extremely quickly by using this method. Next up, they're adding a new story. They're adding Act 9 to the story, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to play Act 9. As I've said before on my streams, I have not played Act 9 on the Chinese server because I wanted to save it and wait for it to come out on the NA server because I like the voiceovers. I find the English voice really funny. So I'm just going to be waiting for that, and I will definitely play through that. After completing Act 9, you will get a flash forward outfit. It's basically the flashback outfit, but with like white and blue color scheme instead of like the red and black. Next up is we're also getting a jackpot again. So if you guys are really old school, you might remember we had the Jiansei Jubilee jackpot a couple months ago. I think it was like 6 months ago. But basically, it's a jackpot that we can open every 10 hours and we get a bunch of goodies. It's a lot of free materials, a lot of good stuff. So definitely pick up your jackpot. Keep in mind that your jackpot is bound on account. You can only get 1 jackpot per account. So make sure to buy it on the character that you want the items on. And then it's relatively simple. You press F10 and you go to your Home Moon Coin tab and it'll be right there. So at stage 10, the Jansei jackpot is going to give you a pentagonal gem ticket, which you can use to hand in for a ruby, a citron, an aquamarine, diamond, period, sapphire, or amethyst. So that's going to be pretty nice. You can pick any of those gems, and it's going to be the whole moon version, which is the upgradable version, or the salvageable version. However, it's only a pentagonal, which is a 5-sided one. And you also get the Dayglow costume for free, which I'll also post right here. Another thing that they're adding is new hairstyles. Basically, there's going to be these 2 new hairstyles. I'll post the pictures up right here, right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about these hairstyles because, you know, I'm not going to be making any new characters. So stamina is being increased from 30,000 to 40,000 now after you beat the story, and you're able to craft a material using soul wardens in order to upgrade it. So again, you talk to Old Man Cho and he'll give you 40,000 stamina. There's going to be HP reductions on Twilight Temple as well as mechanic reductions. You know, they're just lowering the difficulty in Twilight Temple and making it easier. I'll pull up the thing now on what exactly they changed. So we can see here that they're reducing the Peacekeeper's health from 4.6 billion to 3.9. The Shield Bearer's health is going from 3.2 billion to 2.7. The third boss is from 6.5 to 5.2. Last boss 7.8 to 6.6 billion. So, you know, HP reductions across the board. The mechs are changed a little bit, you know, where TT1, the first boss, is your knockback distance on the get up attack has been reduced. You know, your players in KD/knockback state can no longer get hit by the expansion attack. This is basically punishment when he does the inner, the outer, and then the pushback. That pushback won't push you back anymore if you're already CC'd. So that's going to be really nice. Then, you know, Twilight Temple 2 is going to be players without the protection buff will not be insta-killed on the crossing zone, but will take heavy damage instead. Increase the timing to receive shield and buff during crossing. Emperor's Glyph buff is no longer applied. Boss will take damage if the players are in the 8 circles during resonance. Max 5 players, 3% each has been changed to max 8 players, 2% each. The third boss is Bombardment, can now be iframed. That's really good. And when breaking the chain no longer applies buff/debuff to the boss. And finally, the fourth boss, the last boss, there's quite a lot of changes. It's going to be players will no longer insta-die on the edge of the rings. Rings no longer deal DOT damage to the players inside. So the next one is you don't die anymore when you get hit by that debuff from the cross attack. And then fix the bug where cross attack would not properly register as 2 hits. Cooldown reset on puddle will happen on 2 stacks instead of 5. The reset puddle no longer deals DOT damage to people inside. The cooldown reset has been changed to 10 seconds, and fix the bug where certain effects would not show up on low settings. So these are the changes on Twilight Temple. Just in case, I don't think Jonathan covered these, so here they are. Another thing is that they're doing cost reductions for the Home Moon skills, so all of your Home Moon skills are going to cost less bravery coins to get. And then when you use simple mode on your right click skill, like, you know, for Fire Gunner, your quick shot, it's going to say simple on top, so that's a nice change, I guess. The next big thing is bound on account items. There's a couple big changes. First of all is Home Moon Energy stages 1 to 10 are now bound on account. Pet Aura stages 1 to 10 bound on account. Hive Queen Wings and Hearts are also bound on account. All of the Aransu materials, so the Rancor, the Barb, and the Husk, the Silver Scales and Fragments, the Blood Pearls, and Sea Glass are now all bound on account. So this is very, very good news. A lot of our stuff can now be transferred to our mains or to an alt if you want to gear them up fast. So it's really nice. So Bruiser Charms are now phased out, and now they will be exchanged for Soju, which is nice, I guess. I never really used my Bruiser Charms, but having Soju is definitely nice. They've lowered the prices for the Home Moon gems, so they have the amount of gem powder needed for the fusion. However, the gold cost is still the same. Also, you no longer need gem fragments to craft your gems. Everything costs gem powders. So gem fragments is basically 10 powders fused together into a gem fragment. So all fusions now just cost powders, just to make things more easy, except for the last stage, the dyad gems. Also, all of the gilded gems except for the diamond are getting upgrades. So that's really nice. You know, basically all the gems are getting an additional crit damage buff to all of them. So instead of having just like AP and lifesteal on the amethyst, you're also getting crit damage. Next up for the gems, we have the dyad gems. The dyad gems are basically the fuse gems. These gems are unique. So let's say that you have a ruby amethyst dyad gem, that you can still put in another ruby and another amethyst into your weapon. So it doesn't count as a amethyst and it doesn't count as a ruby. It's its own thing. So that's extremely nice if you want to stack a lot of lifesteal, for example. You know, you can stack a lot of amethyst fusion gems there, plus another amethyst, plus an aquamarine, and then you will have insane lifesteal. However, the cost for these dyad gems are extremely expensive. First of all, you need the 2 gilded gems. Then you need 50 gem fragments, which is 500 gem powders, and 12 gem powders. So that's a total of 512 gem powders and 40 gold, plus the 2 gilded in order to fuse it to make the dyad gem. Next up are garnets. Garnets are now changed. They no longer give crit chance and boss AP. Now they give crit damage and flat AP. With all these changes on the gems coming out, basically they're giving us a lot more crit damage. So expect to parse a lot higher, especially if you have relatively high crit rate already. So that's going to be really nice. Next up is weapon cost reductions across the board. Everything is getting reduced. So I have a link in the description below for Evil Do Us Harm's video on the weapon costs. He does a breakdown of them and talks about them in detail because he's the math guy and I'm not the math guy. But yeah, you can check that out if you're interested in understanding the cost. But the TLDR is, don't go the Raven path anymore. If you want the absolute cheapest way to upgrade, you want to go Riftwalk Dawnforge path all the way to stage 9 and then switch to Raven 9. That is the absolute cheapest path. Next up is the Destiny Earring, the Oath Necklace, and the Immortality Earring. They are now changed. However, if you have them already, currently on your character or in your inventory, those will not be changed. You can still upgrade them to stage 10 and salvage them for cruxes. However, the new ones that will drop after September 12th, they're not going to be upgradable. They're going to be equivalent to the stage 6 version of the accessory. But the only one that you really need to care about is the Oath Necklace, because the earring and the ring are absolute rubbish and I wouldn't even consider using them. So just focus on the necklace. The Oath Necklace is going to be the same power level to stage 6 to stage 7. So just keep that in mind. And the new one cannot be salvaged for a crux. Also keep that in mind. However, the Eternity Belt and the Tiger and Divine Dragon Bracelet are unchanged. So, you know, when they drop, they're still going to be level 1. You're still going to need jewels to upgrade them to stage 10. However, you will still get the 2-piece bonus with the Oath Necklace and the Eternity Belt, which will give you 10 AP and 10,000 HP. And also, the Skybreaker Belt now gives critical defense. The Divinity and the Starbreaker Bracelet will now give more DPS stats, including critical chance and critical damage. They're also adding new levels to the heart, so this goes all the way up to the True Virtuous Heart, which is extremely strong. I really recommend most, if not all players, to quickly upgrade this heart, as it will give you a huge DPS boost. So regarding the heart, new players no longer need to farm Celestial Basin for their entry level heart. You can just get it by completing the story at Act 9. But if for whatever reason you lose your heart, you can still get it at Celestial Basin. Next up is, here are the costs for the True Home Moon Heart to the True Virtuous Heart. Here are the upgrade costs, is 35 Sacred Vials, 70 Black Stones, 15 Scales, 1,925 Soulstone Crystals, 525 Moonstone Crystals, 1,400 Sacred Crystals, 250 Elysian Crystals, 1,500 gold. If you are premium, then it's 1,050 gold. And again, it's a huge DPS boost, so I really recommend you guys to upgrade this ASAP. Next thing is Warlocks are getting reworked for their VT badges. It's now better. You get increased Dragon Call damage and you also get better Blackwing. So it's really good. Recommend you to get your new VT badge. So to get your new VT badge is relatively simple. You have your existing VT badge, go to Mushin's Tower. On the left side there's an NPC, talk to her, and then you can exchange it for the new badge. There are cost reductions for Raven and Aranzu soul shields across the board. It is extremely nice. The cost reductions affect both the premium tab and the overworld NPC. A friendly reminder to everyone who has registered for the newsletter, use your 1 week free premium to get the soul shields from the premium tab. You'll save a lot more Hive Queen wings or Raven King feathers. The soul shield achievements have been changed. So for Vortex Temple, you no longer need any kill achievement to buy pieces 1 to 4. So right off the bat, you can get your 3-piece Vortex Temple, which is really nice. And then in order to unlock pieces 5 and 6, you just need the Twin Asuras. To unlock 7 and 8, you just need the Great Thrall. So it should be relatively simple now to unlock your 8-piece Vortex Temple, which for a lot of classes is a very big DPS boost. And you no longer need SK for your 8-piece VT, which is really nice. They've refreshed 3 bundles on F10, which is the Duelist, the Starter, and the Mastery bundles. And you can rebuy them if you've already bought them before, after September 12th, after they do the refresh. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the Duelist bundle. I recommend everyone who needs Home Moon skills to buy the Duelist bundle now before the patch. Right now, if you buy the Duelist bundle, you get 175 bravery coins, while if you buy it after, you're only going to get 145. The reason they did this is because they're reducing the cost for their Home Moon skills. If you buy the Duelist bundle now, you get more coins, and you hold on to them until they reduce the cost, and then thus you can get more Home Moon skills. So this is the new bundle. The new bundle gives you 2 training expansion vouchers, 3 pet packs, 145 bravery coins. It gives you a Galaxy Battleground support chest, which basically gives you all the materials to upgrade your Galaxy weapon all the way through. It gives you a Dawnstar Illusion weapon chest, 10 Clarity Charms, 10 cooldown reset charms, 10 Home Moon Focus Recovery Charms, 20 Home Moon Special Tonics, and 20 Home Moon Special Firewater. And that's the Duelist bundle. I really recommend people to buy the Duelist bundle, the current one that's existing before the patch, mainly because it gives more bravery coins, and you'll be able to exchange your bravery coins for Home Moon skills. Next up is the Starter Bundle. The Starter Bundle just gives you the Trailblazer Toolkit, which gives you a bunch of materials. It gives you a Home Moon Hexa Amethyst and a Diamond. It gives you 16 trading pouches and the Black Beret. So the Starter Bundle has always been good, mainly because of the price. It's relatively inexpensive, and it gives you 16 Dragon trading pouches, which is a lot. So all of its value really just comes from the trading pouches, and having 2 hexas, the amethyst and the diamond, is just a plus, to get that extra AP. So Starter Bundle, it's not a bad thing to get. You can get it if you want. Next up is the Mastery Bundle. The Mastery Bundle is relatively nice. It gives you 170 Sacred Oils. It gives you 240 Soulstone Crystals, 40 Elysian Crystals, 60 Moonstone Crystals, 30 Naru Tablets, the 3 weapons needed to upgrade from Baleful or Sarat stages 10 to 12. And then it also gives you a Home Moon Hepta, Aquamarine, and Diamond. And here's the hook. It gives you a Stormbringer True Ascending Soul and a Stormbringer Home Moon Pet Aura. These 2 are not upgradable, but essentially it is giving you a True Ascending Soul and it is giving you an Awakened Pet Aura. Because of these 2 items and all of the materials it gives you, basically it's letting you upgrade your weapon directly through the Baleful or Sarat stages all the way to max with just the materials that you get from the Mastery Bundle. It's also giving you 2 Hepta gems, the Diamond and the Aquamarine, which is also very nice. And on top of that, it's giving you the Pet Aura and the Soul. Even though they are not upgradable, this puts you very ahead in the game. So for a character that you're not planning to invest a lot of materials on, by buying this bundle and putting it on that character, you essentially get a super powered version of an ult just by buying this bundle. Because your Pet Aura is going to be strong, your Soul is going to be strong, you're immediately going to have 2 Hepta gems, you're immediately going to be at least Baleful or Sarat stage 12, which you can quickly upgrade to a Raven 3 weapon for not too expensive. And you have a very strong ult that can do most dungeons relatively easily now, just by buying this bundle. So this bundle is very, very attractive. However, keep in mind that the Soul and the Pet Aura will not be upgradable. So that is the only downside, but this package is very, very attractive. And then next up, we're going to be talking about Trove. So Trove will be coming on September 12th. There is a lot of stuff to talk about for Trove. So first of all, there are bonus rewards for spending 50, 100, 250, 400, 600, 900 keys. And this is total keys spent. So Jonathan confirmed this in a Twitter post, as you can see here. And however, the bonus rewards, it doesn't give everything. Out of that, you have to pick one bonus out of those items that are listed. So again, as Jonathan said, you know, this is just a bonus thing. It doesn't affect Trove in any way. So as long as we treat it like a bonus thing, I mean, I wouldn't freak out, or I wouldn't Trove 600 keys just for those wings, you know. I would just Trove my usual amount and see what I get. If I get anything good, great. If I don't, whatever. That's my mindset while going into Trove. But yeah, I wouldn't kill myself over these bonus rewards. So let's talk about noteworthy items from Trove. So first of all, they're gilded gems. There's ruby, citron, sapphire, emerald, peridot, amethyst, aquamarine, and amber. I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't put diamond in, but at least, you know, the dyad gems, there are no diamond fusions at the moment. But if you get any of these gems are really nice because of the fusions. And then next up is the Aransu weapon materials. There are two versions, the account bound one and the tradable versions. And then there's the Vortex Temple badges, your VT badge. This is the big thing that a lot of people are looking at. However, keep in mind that the VT badges are character bound. So if you're going to Trove specifically for the badge, you're going to have to Trove on your alt. So for example, if I want it on my Blade Master, I would have to Trove on my Blade Master, so that if I do get the 2-star crit to get the badge, I could buy it on my Blade Master. If I buy it on my Summoner, I will not be able to transfer the badge to my Blade Master. And the badge costs 300 gold on Trove, because we are lucky enough to see it crit on stream. So 300 gold for the VT badge is very, very cheap, considering that a lot of people are selling these badges on, you know, for carry runs for quite a lot of money. Then, you know, we've got our regular heptagems. Another thing that note mentioning is the Circle of Sundering coins are also available in Trove. So for those people who just really hate Master Hong or are unable to do the dungeon, you know, you can just get your coins through Trove, your 5 coins, and then just buy your bracelet and get your bracelet that way. Next up is gem fragments. Obviously, you know, gem fragments are always nice. Divine Greystones are very nice. Next up is we're going to be talking about a lot of cosmetic stuff. So we've got outfits. We've got the Grand Phoenix. You can see pictures here. Iridescence. I'll show a picture here. We got the Kitsune. We show a picture here. I really like the Kitsune, and the Kitsune costume can be recolored. We've got the Metamorphosis here. We've got Sky High. Finally, we can also get special titles with colors. So at the moment, there's only one title, and it's pinkish pink. I think it's pink. It's Eagle Eye. So by wearing the adornment Eagle Eye, you'll be able to use this title, and it is pink, and it has a little fancy icon. And that's about it. I'm surprised. I finished the recording in like 50 minutes. So yeah, apparently having a script helped a little bit, you know, and helped me go through the stuff that I needed to cover a little bit faster or a little bit more concise. But yeah, that is the patch notes. So hopefully that helped, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the